Yo YouTube, I got something to say. Straight Outta Compton is my cinematic release film of the week, which I of course saw. And it is of course the biographical story of the history of and origination of N.W.A, the American rap group. Now, I will start off by saying that although I'm a fan of bits of rap music, I'm not an aficionado in the genre. So I've gotten quite unknowledgeable, it's fair to say, regarding this film. I knew little bits about the story of N.W.A regarding Dr. Dre and Ice Cube leaving and things to do with Eazy-E. But beyond those sort of quite well-known details, I've gotten quite fresh-faced, like I say. So, like I say, we all know what the story is here. It's the origination of America, one of America's most influential rap groups. And I was extremely pleasantly surprised by this film. And I can't really describe exactly, because there has been a little bit of criticism about this film, in my opinion, regarding it's rather, as one critic has referred to it, as a paint-by-numbers biographical film. What I would say in response to that sort of accusation is, yes, but look at the numbers. Because, fair enough, there's parts of it that play very much in tune with the leanings of a biographical film. But they're extremely well versed and extremely well made and parts of the story really well presented to you. So, yes, a little bit of imagination might have gone amiss in regards to the structure. But I believe the parts in place are absolutely fabulous, and I'm going to start with the main actors, and it's completely fair to say that they are all three unknown actors to a general audience. The only one who's probably really well known to any other sort of audience is O'Shea Jackson Jr., who plays Ice Cube, and for those who do not know, he is actually Ice Cube's son. So, when you are watching him, and this is not controversial to say, is that, my God, does he sound like him? For a start, he absolutely sounds like Ice Cube, and there is a proper physical resemblance. So, you totally are accepting his performance, and his performance is brilliant. Corey Hawkins plays Dr. Dre, wonderful again. And Jason Mitchell plays Eazy-E. Once again, really good performance. The only sort of really well-known actor in this film is Paul Giamatti, who plays their manager. And I forgot his name, so apologies about that. But he's really entertaining in this film as well, because although, yes, I must say, Paul Giamatti can sometimes be quite similar in films. He's almost not playing Paul Giamatti in every film, but it's the same sort of characters. But you do lose his persona, his Giamatti persona in his role. So I thought he was really good. But it's all about the three main actors, really, O'Shea Jackson, and Corey Hawkins, and Jason Mitchell. And they are all truly great, although O'Shea Jackson Jr., I think, is particularly outstanding. And I will be very disappointed, particularly in the sense of O'Shea Jackson and probably Corey Hawkins. These sort of roles are not going to be a Best Actor sort of nomination, because each one of them is really the major player. They all share the screen, so it's most likely, I think, supporting actor nomination should be at least on show for at least one of these two actors, because I think they were truly remarkable in their performances. Yes, their performance is brilliant. The way they present the music and the way they brought the music to the nation is, once again, absolutely, truly wonderful. And the music they did bring is such an important message to America at that time, and it's why they caused up so much of a stir, because of their controversial messages and their lyrics, and just their absolute unashamed aggression in the way they presented it, and unrelenting nature of their group. So, and they presented that extremely well in the film. The director is F. Gary Gray, who has had quite a sporadic sort of film making history. He's had some hits. He did the film Friday, which was with Ice Cube, and he did a film called The Negotiator, which I thought was really good. That starred Samuel L. Jackson and Kevin Spacey. He had a couple of misses. He did the remake of The Italian Job, and he did Law Abiding Citizen. But his primary connection with this film was that he was a music director, and prior to being a filmmaker, he was a music video director, and he made music videos with Dr. Dre, with Ice Cube. He did one with Coolio. He's done numerous rap videos. Cypress Hill was another one, I believe. So his credentials in terms of presenting music on screen is fabulous, and I think he's done a bang up job. Really, I think he's done a bang up job. Really, really well done. The dialogue is wonderful to listen to between the characters, and the music, like I say, is phenomenal on screen. And those moments, particularly the LA riots moment, and where the police are confronting them at that show, saying you will not perform "Fuck the Police," is really, really poignant and really, really hard hitting. So it's getting the message across. This film is 2.5 hours long. It did not feel like that at all. It did not feel like that at all. And I must say, it's getting a fabulous response in America. This is a film that's cost $30 million to make and has made $150 million in so far in the worldwide. And I think it's fabulous. This sort of film is reaching an audience of that sort of size, and it has been the top of the charts here in Britain as well. So it's fabulous to see this sort of film making headlines for all the right reasons, and also just on the pure quality of the film, it is fabulous. I believe music's great. I think the story it's well presented. Personally, even if it is like somebody has said, it's a little bit by the biographical numbers, but like I say, the numbers are fabulous, fabulously presented. So yeah, what more can I say? Straight Outta Compton is one hell of a good film. It's wonderfully structured, with truly engaging performances, and strung together with what is, let's be honest, a soundtrack of a generation. Of course, there is slight creative license has took place with particular scenes and things like that, but it's to be expected. I think it's fair to say no biographical film has ever completely played it by every piece of truth. There's always a slight creative license to take place. But yeah, fabulous film, I believe. Really, really good film. And everybody should be watching it. They are, to be honest. So there we go, yeah. Straight Outta Compton was my theatrically released film of the week, and a great one at that. So my classic film of the week is actually my most recent, my most recent classic film of the series I've done. And the film is Sin City from 2005, the Frank Miller comic book that was adapted to screen by mainly Robert Rodriguez, with contributions on screen directorial by Quentin Tarantino and Frank Miller himself. And I don't think it's very controversial to say that this is probably the greatest. I don't think it's very hard to say anyone to argue against that. This is, from page to screen for a comic book film, there has been none better. That is not controversial. What probably is controversial is some of the subject matter and some of the leanings the material takes, but you cannot compromise with the material, in my opinion. It is what it is. Think of it what you will. Fine. I don't particularly have a problem with it. It is a film. It's not a lesson in ethics. It is a film. So there we go. Like I say, this has been lifted purely from the comic book panels to the big screen. And the way it has been done is truly fabulous. There's so many great players involved in this film. Bruce Willis, Mickey Rourke, Clive Owen, Benicio del Toro, Jessica Alba, Brittany Murphy, Elijah Wood, Powers Booth. There's just endless amounts of talent in this film. There's talent on screen, talent behind the screen. This is just pure cinematic joy, in my opinion. The music is brilliantly scored by think it was Graham Revell. Was it Graham Revell and John Debney? They did a fabulous score. The cinematography by Rodriguez is fabulous. The editing is brilliant by Rodriguez. And it's the sort of film you don't forget after you've seen it the first time round. It's one of those films you will always remember, in my opinion, when and who you were with when you first saw it. In my case, I was by myself watching it, but that's nothing new. But it's one of those impact films, and it's an absolute staple of late night film watching. It's a staple, in my opinion, of a classic film collection. It is essential viewing, in my opinion, because it shows something that has not been seen on screen before. And that is what you're looking for as a film viewer, something you have not seen on screen before. So, brilliant performances, brilliantly stylized, brilliantly edited, brilliant music, brilliantly directed. The characters are scintillating. Some of them just fizz off the page. Well, fizz off the page, I say. Well, they were, and they've now fizzed off the screen. And, yeah, they leave such an impression on you. What is there? I've just absolutely praised this film to the hilt. 2 hours of the film, it's nothing. Made a ton of money. They did a sequel, obviously. Well, I say sequel. It was part prequel, wasn't it, with particular scenes. In my opinion, it got a bit of a bad rep, but I believe if you did enjoy Sin City the first time round, you will enjoy Sin City: A Dame to Kill For, because although it's not offering particularly anything new to the previous film, it's pretty much doing the same sort of thing that it did. It's still brilliantly stylized and so on and so forth. So, a bit of a bad rep the sequel got, but I thought it was pretty alright, to be honest. But Sin City itself, the impact it made at the time, and the effect on the audience, and just because you'd not seen anything quite like it before on screen, I think was fabulous, and is, like I said, essential film viewing. Yeah, I don't really know what more to say about the film, because I've just completely praised every aspect of the film, I believe. But, yeah, because the dialogue is wonderful, the edit, like I said, I've said the editing already, but the way they've done the effects is truly fabulous. The colours, the way they use the colours in the comic books and on screen is just, oh yeah, it's just truly fabulous. I'm really struggling in praise now for the film, because I'm talking myself a blind alley, really. So yeah, Sin City. It is a classic. It is only 10 years old, but I think it can be deemed a classic already, in my opinion. And I'd love to engage with someone who would beg to differ, to be honest, because I think there's nothing been out there before and has been out there since. And it was in my opinion, it's the best collaboration I've seen of Rodriguez and Tarantino, just before they obviously did that Planet Terror, Death Proof double bill thing. So yeah, wonderful film, Sin City. Everybody should watch it. A lot of people already have, because it's so influential. But yeah, there we go. Sin City, my classic film of the week. Fabulous film there for my classic film, and what I thought was a wonderful film in Straight Outta Compton for my theatrical release film of the week also. I thank you if you have for watching. I hope you subscribe to me, and I do hope to see and speak to you again sometime soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.